So talk a little bit more about Mandarin Oriental's pipeline. I know there's been a lot of growth even in the last 10 to 20 years. That's been a focus, international growth in particular. What other openings or projects in the works would you like to talk about?
Yes, Mandarin Oriental actually in the last 20 years has grown modestly but very strongly in the sense of establishing its presence in new markets. 20 years ago, it did have a property in San Francisco, but otherwise had nothing outside Hong Kong and Southeast Asia. Today, really, we have a presence in most of the major markets of the world. But we still only have 30 hotels. And whilst I don't want to see the group grow exponentially, I would like to move from a position where we're growing at the one a year we've been doing for the last 20 years to something more akin to 3 to 4 properties a year. And to do that, we need to first of all announce new projects and then try and ensure that as many of them as possible actually come to fruition, which in itself is a challenge. So over the last 18 months, we have announced 10 new projects and have a number more in the pipeline that I hope will come through. The challenge, of course, in the development and hotel industry is that announcing projects is one thing, but it's another 3, 4, 5 years before one actually sees them come to fruition. So patience is required.
Are there any specific global regions that you're focusing on? Obviously, the brand was born in Asia and has established a strong footprint there, as well as other Europe, Middle East, Asia, some in Americas. Any particular regions or cities that you'd love to see a Mandarin Oriental? Not
that I'm focusing on. I mean, there are clearly ones I'd love to see a Mandarin Oriental, but what one loves and what one can get can be very different. And the key in my mind is that we do manage to position in the wide range of cities where a Mandarin Oriental would add significantly to that city. I mean, if you really put me on the spot and challenged me on which 2 cities would I most like to see a Mandarin Oriental in where we don't have one presently, I would probably say Los Angeles and Rome are probably the 2 cities I would most like to see a Mandarin in. But more broader than that, in terms of growth, we want to continue to see growth in our Asian heartland, in mainland China, where I think there's enormous potential as the market moves from high growth but a limited opportunity for luxury to a real luxury opportunity. And I would love to see us going up to 7, 8, 9 hotels there from the 3 that we have on the mainland at the moment. In the Middle East, we have a number of new hotels coming through, and we now have 6 projects under development, which is a key market from my point of view to get established from an outbound perspective, to get the reputation present. Mainland Europe, continental Europe, is the market in my mind for luxury together with Japan. And they're finding new projects in Italy in particular, in France, in a number of markets in Spain would be a priority. But the ultimate or the major priority in my mind is our absence of any properties on the west coast of the United States. And I would love to see Mandarin establishing a couple of properties there.